Let's understand about slicers in Power BI. So if we go to our insert menu, there is an option of slicer, and inside the slicer we can create the filters. So right now if we add any data points inside the slicer, so before that let me just bring it here, and we can add one field. So we are adding here the continents inside Power BI. Based upon these continents we will be filtering the data in the below map visual. So the continents have been selected. Now let's do the formatting for this particular slicer. So we are inside this visual here, and size and style right now looks fine, and then we can go to title and we can update the title. Right now we don't want to update it, so let's keep it like that. Now let's go to the slicer setting. Inside slicer there are multiple styles, just like a vertical list. So if we select the vertical list, this is the vertical list at the moment. We are also having the option of tiles, so these looks as tiles, and based upon our stretch of these tiles the data keeps on wrapping based upon our stretching. Along with tiles there is an option of drop down, so we can select the drop down here as well. Right now for our analysis and for our slicer understanding, let's keep them as tile, and let's put them here above the entire map. Now inside these slicer there is an option of selection as well. So do we want to have a single select? So if we are having the single select, this is having a single select. Now if we turn this on, then what will happen? It will only have a single select at the moment. If we are selecting Europe, then it will come to countries to Europe. If we are selecting Pacific, then it will come to countries inside Pacific here. We don't want the single select here. If someone wants to see the entire data together, then for that what we can do, we can show an option of show select all. So if we do an on here, you can see there is an option of select all which has been enabled. If we do select all, then entire data is showing here. If we do the Europe only, then only Europe is shown. If we do the North America, then North America is shown, and so on. So we have used the selection option. After selection option there is an option of slicer headers. So the text inside the slicer headers, what do we want to show? So this is showing as the continents. At the moment we don't want to show this text, so we can just off that, because people who can see the countries, they will automatically understand that what we are talking about. So people who are seeing the continents, they will be selecting based upon that itself. After that let's go to the value inside the slicer. So this is asking for the font color and the font size. So let's increase the size to around 20. Now these have been increased. Let's make them bold. These are bold now, and the font color is right now looking fine, and the padding is good. After that let's go to border. Inside border there is an option of all the sides of border. So we are requiring all the sides of border, but let's do one thing. Let's make the color of the border as white. So right now no border is being seen, but when you hover over these, then it gives a very beautiful effect of hovering, just like that, because we have removed the border. Let's go to our border here again, and let's make line width as 2. And what do we want here? Right now the background is having no color, right? But what if we choose any particular background? So if we have this blue color of background, then what will happen? This is showing the blue color, and over that our continent name is showing. This doesn't look good at the moment, so let's do one thing. Let's make this background as black, and let's make these fonts color as blue, which was our previous theme. So let's go to values here. Inside font color, let's update the color to this one, and now this looks very fine. And if we go on them, the option where we are going on hovering, this font color keeps on changing. Based upon that we can see that what we have selected. So we have selected Pacific at the moment, and if we do a select all, then everything is selected. After that there is an option of background color which we have already selected, and That's all about how we can select the slicer. But before going to the end, let's make the slicer a little smaller, because this is covering our revenue by country header. Now this looks good. So I hope you understood how to use the slicers in Power BI, and thank you so much for watching.